All right, guys, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. Today is September 16th. It is Education Go Get It Week. Today we are wearing our hats because we are hats off to higher education. So you can wear your hat or your cap. And there will be a point in the live lesson that you'll be able to go get your hat or your cap. If not, feel free to pause this video and go put it on. Today's science focus is virtual investigation, which is also mixtures and solutions. As you can see, it says September 16th, and that is today. All right, we would normally do live math talks, number talks for our live session. Today's is 20 divided by 4. One way I would do this without using any paper or anything is know that if I take 4 and I times it by a number, another factor, I'm going to end up with 20 because division is the inverse of multiplication. So I got to think about what I could actually solve here to make 20. Well, I know my doubles, or my 4 times 4 is easy to me. So 4 times 4, I already know is 16, and that's too low. That's not going to be 4 times 4, sorry. Oops. 4 times 4 equals, oh my goodness, let me try this one again. Let me go ahead and erase this for a second. None of this was making sense. So I know 4 times 4 is 16, and that's not high enough because I'm looking for the number 20. So I'm going to try 4 times 5 and see if that works. If I have 5 4 times, I know that I can count by 5s. So if I have 5 4 times, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That does equal 20, which is what I'm looking for right here. So if I have 20 and I divide it into 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, then that gives me 20. So I know that 20 divided by 4 is 5. And that's something I can do in my head because I know I can count by 5s, and I also know that 20 divided into 4 groups gives me 5. All right, let me go ahead and go on to the next one. Normally we would do a quick brain break, jump up, get your hat if you don't already have it on, get your math spiral and a pencil and be ready to learn. Our objectives today are that we are going to simplify expressions and describe the meaning of parentheses. So what we will do as a class, in this class, we're going to recognize a relationship between numbers and operations separated by parentheses. And then you should be able to leave with being able to describe the relationship between numbers and operations separated by those parentheses. So you'll be able to say why those parentheses are there, as we did yesterday, but you'll also be able to describe the relationship between what the numbers that are there and the parentheses. All right, going back to our Jamboard. Parentheses and brackets, they are symbols, as you know, that show groupings. They're the same thing. You just have brackets when you already have parentheses in there. You don't normally have brackets without parentheses. All right, looking at these same problems that we had yesterday, I'm going to go ahead now that we've talked about PEMDAS a little bit yesterday, and I'll refresh it for you today. We're going to go ahead and solve these the correct way according to those order of operations. So very quickly, let me show you PEMDAS. Remember, as we did yesterday, we do parentheses first, and then we do exponents, but in 5th grade we don't have exponents. So we do grouping symbols, which is parentheses or brackets, or both. Multiplication and division, whichever comes first, from left to right. Just the way you read, when you read from left to right. The same for multiplication and division, whichever comes first. And then addition and subtraction the same way after that. So multiplication and division always come before addition and subtraction. Now we're going to go back to these problems. I'm going to kind of show you what solving these the right way and all of those rules that I just talked about looks like. So when we have these problems, I'm going to start with this one at the very beginning. And before I do, I'm going to go ahead and put my PEMDAS E for PEMDAS, but I'm going to get rid of the E because we don't do it. Exponents, multiplication or division, and then addition or subtraction. So this is the order I do everything in. So looking at this, my very first step is parentheses. So I go up to my expression, and I'm going to do the parentheses first. Well, wait a minute. I don't have any parentheses. What do I do? Well, I go down to my next one. Multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right. Well, look, I have multiplication here, 3 times 4. So I'm going to bring my 3 times 4, which is actually 12. And then, let me change my color so you can see, I'm actually going to bring down everything else that I haven't used. So see this little subtraction sign here? That's going to go right here, because I haven't used that yet. I did use the 3, I used the multiply, and I used the 4. I haven't used the 2 plus 5 either, so that's going to come down in the same order. I'm bringing it directly down. Now, my next step, that was step 1. My next step, 2 plus 5 minus 12. Let me go back to my order of operations. Do I have any parentheses? No, so I don't need to do that. Exponents we don't do. Do I have any multiplication or division? Nope, don't have any anymore. But I do have addition or subtraction. Which one comes first? Again, when I look at it, change my color again. When I look at addition or subtraction, if I'm reading from left to right, addition comes first. So that's what I'm going to do, is 2 plus 5, which is 7. Then I haven't used the subtraction sign still, so I'm going to bring that down. And I haven't used the 12, so I'm going to bring that down. Then 7 minus 12 is going to give me actually a negative 5. So that would be the correct answer for this. You won't get any negatives during 5th grade, just so you know. But that's what that ended up coming to. All right, the second one. Again, let me go ahead and write my P, E, don't need exponents, M or D for multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. Here's my steps. I'm going to keep going over it and over it as I go so I can make sure that I'm doing the right steps. Step 1, do I have any parentheses? Yes, I do, right here. So I'm going to solve for that. That is 5 minus 3, which is 2. Now I can cross this out because I've finished with it. I haven't used this, so I'm going to bring that down. And on this side, I haven't used the 2 or the plus, so I'm going to bring that down. Next step is going to be whether I do, let me switch my color so you can see. Next step is going to be, again, starting from here. Do I have any parentheses? No, because I just did it. Do I have exponents? No, because I'm in 5th grade. Do I have multiplication or division? There's addition. Oh, look, I have multiplication. So 2 times 4 is 8. Done with that, and then I bring down what I have left, which is 2 plus 8. Obviously, now the last step, the only thing we have left to do is addition, so 2 plus 8 is 10. That would be my correct answer for this one. Now look at the one with brackets. Again, P, E, M or D, A or S for addition or subtraction. I'm going to go through these steps as I have with every other one. I'm looking at this. Do I have parentheses? Yes, I have parentheses and I have brackets. But I'm going to do my parentheses first. So I'm going to do 5 minus 3. That gives me 2. Get rid of what I used. Now, if you look at it, I see I have not finished the times 4. I haven't done anything with that. And I also see that this is actually supposed to be grouped also. So I'm going to make sure I bring down my grouping here. And then also I haven't used the 2 and the plus. Now again, let me go back to the beginning and let me see where I'm at. Do I have any parentheses or brackets? Yes, I do. I've still got 2 times 4 to do in here, so I have to do that first. That's 8. And then I have to cross that out, and now I can bring down the 2 and the plus, because I have not yet done that. 2 plus 8 gives me 10. these two ways happen to give me the same answer. That won't always be the case. But as long as we know we followed our PEMDAS and we know exactly how to solve it, every time you go through each step, you go back to the top and see if you have any of the following operations. All right, as a quick review before we finish, just so that we know, I am going to go ahead and go to this. What is the value of this expression? This is a star-like question that you will get on the STAR test, and I'll go ahead and show you as we go through this. I will very quickly go ahead and try and solve this problem. So I have 45 minus 6 plus 3, which is in parentheses, times 27. If I go ahead and hit my new, get a new one out for me, and I'll go ahead and write it. Go ahead and write it here as soon as I get my right pen. All right, my problem is in a bracket 45 minus, in parentheses, 6 plus 3, close my parentheses, close my bracket, times 27. All right, now that I've written that, I'm going to go ahead and solve it without even looking at the answer choices, because if I could solve this correctly and my answer choice shows up, then I know I have to be right. 6 plus 3, that's what I first do. Let me go ahead and write my parentheses, my PEMDAS out to the side again, just so that we know. And just so you know, these are on the same level because it's just whichever comes first. It could be division sometimes, it could be multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my problem. I'm looking first at parentheses. Do I have any parentheses? Yes, I do, right here. So I'm going to underline it, and below it, I'm going to write what the solution to that would be. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now I'm going to cross out the parentheses and the 6 plus 3 because I've done all of that. I've solved that. So now it's just 9. I don't have to put parentheses around the 9. So once I've done that, now I'm going to go ahead and bring down everything else that I have. Do it in a different color. Everything else that I haven't used. See this bracket here? I haven't used that yet, so I need to bring that down. The times 27, I haven't used that yet, so I need to bring that down. Looking on this side, this subtraction sign I haven't used, so I have to bring that down. And the 45 I haven't used, so I have to bring that down. Now I can do my close bracket. I've got everything that I haven't used. Next step, again, I'm going to go ahead, let me change my color. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my PEMDAS and have a look. Do I have any parentheses or brackets? Yes, I do. I have these brackets right here, and that's grouping. So I know I have to do that first. No matter what comes next, I know I have to do that. 45 minus 9. Well, I know if I take 10 away, I got 35, but I'm actually only taking 9 away, so I have 36. Now that I've done that, I can cross out my brackets, because I don't have to put brackets just around one number. So I can cross out my brackets, but then I also have to bring down my times 27, because I have not yet used this. So I'm going to bring this down again, times 27. Now that I have this, the only thing left I have to do, I don't have exponents, I don't have any more grouping, but I do have just multiplication. So that's my last step. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stack it so that I can easily solve it using standard algorithm. So 36 times 27. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. 6 times 7 is 42, so I go up and across, put my 4, circle it because I know I'm adding it. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 4 is 25. Now that I'm done with my 7 here, I go ahead and put my 0 down, and I'm now multiplying my tens place. 2 times 6, or 20 times 60, is 120, or 12. Come up, put my 1 here to add it. 2 times 3 is 6. This should be crossed out because I used it. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now I can go ahead and do 2 plus 0, 5 plus 2 is 7, and 2 plus 7 is 9. My answer to this problem is 972. Let me go back and see if I did it correctly. Hopefully I did.